Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Thank you for joining us this morning. Thank another partner of ours, Sundale Country Club, home of the Bakersfield City Championship for over 30 years. Give them a call at 661-831-5224 for tee times, and on the web, SundaleCountryClub.com. So we should have a couple minutes.
Danny Chavez, but let me tell you this.
Danny, thanks for nothing.
Hole-in-one facts and figures. Tour players making an ace 3,000 to 1 odds. Low handicapper 5,000 to 1. Average player 12,000 to 1. Two players in the same foursome 17 million to 1. One player making two hole-in-ones in the same round 67 million to 1. There are approximately 450 million rounds of golf played each year. On average, each course has about 25 or 30,000 rounds a year. Each course reports 10 or 15 hole-in-ones per year. A hole-in-one is scored every 3,500 rounds of golf, making, of course, the odds of making a hole-in-one in 3,500. Only 1% to 2% of golfers score a hole-in-one during the year, only 1%. Average years of playing golf is 24. Average handicap of golfers making a hole-in-one is 14. Age group that makes the most hole-in-ones is 50 to 59. Oh, Mike, you're getting close, buddy. Are you 50 yet?
Well, I was just calculating something.
Next year?
But you go ahead and you go ahead.
Next highest is 40 to 49, so you get almost out of that. Ball used most often is a Titleist, 45%, Nike, 14%. A hole-in-one on a par 4 is called an albatross. I had one of those a couple years ago, remember? So it's I didn't know if it was an ace, a double eagle, or it's called an albatross. According to the National Hole-in-One Registry, only 4 people on record have done the 2 hole-in-ones in the same round that they found. I'm sure there's more, but these are in the registry. You think if you'd done it, you would have put it in the registry, right?
Yes.
You would think.
You would think.
3 of those players are tour players. And the only one I could think of was Harmon. Brian Harmon, I think is his name. I believe he's a fellow lefty.
Is a double eagle more uncommon than a hole-in-one?
Yes. So that's a 2 on a par 5.
Right.
Yeah, but I think they are. Mike, Google the odds of a double eagle.
Google the odds of a double
and watch for your phones. He's going to cost a few minutes. I'm getting a local guy from Nepoma, California at the Slow Country Club on May 15th was playing in some kind of league. We'll find out more about this. And he actually had 2 hole-in-ones in the same round. They started on the back 9. He aced the 14th hole. When he got to the 8th hole, the second to last hole, he did it again. Odds of making 2 hole-in-ones in the same round, 67 million to 1.
It says odds of a hole-in-one, 13,000 to 1. The odds of making a double eagle have been posted at 6 million to 1.
Yeah, double eagles are much more rare. I had the albatross. And I think Rudy had 10 or 12 double eagles, right? I mean, this was weird. But that's making 2 on a 5. And if you're playing legitimate par 5s, where you're hitting 250 in or something like that.
Well, yeah,
that's a hard shot.
That's like the guy that we interviewed who has something like 72 hole-in-ones, but the average course he's playing, the holes are about 100 yards long.
So there was a par 5 back east when the leaves were gone that I could reach with 8 irons because you cut the corner.
Yes.
And I had one in and out of a cup. So I believe we have welcomed in local golfer Danny Chavez. You with us, Danny?
Yes, how's it going? Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. We are calling you the King of Aces. You okay with that title?
It's fine. It's fine.
So let's talk a few minutes. Before we talk about your amazing accomplishment on the 15th, can you take a few minutes to tell us about yourself, whatever you're willing to share the listeners, about you, where you're from, all that kind of stuff?
I'm a second-generation farmer here in Santa Maria, California, born and raised here in Santa Maria. Went to Cal Poly, went to St. Joseph here at Santa Maria, and just been playing golf for about 20 years. I started when I was 18, and I wish I would have played in high school, but, just worked on the farm, and, here I am running a business and enjoying life, playing golf, and, 2 kids, married,
That's awesome. I asked him last night, guys, if he was, if you can call early, are you up around 8 o'clock? I'm a farmer, he said. I'm up early, which is pretty darn cool. So I thought it was, and you're just right ahead of schedule. I was just reading off some stats. Average years of people playing that had a 1 hole-in-one is 24. You said you've been playing about 20. And it sounds like you're about 38 years old so you're ahead of schedule. But how many hole-in-ones have you had?
Those were my first official 2.
That's
we were the only one I could. I mean, it wasn't an official. We were down playing a practice round at Spanish Hills, and all 3 of us. We were 3 of us playing for team play, and we hit one shot. We were all short. We hit another shot with one more iron, and I made it. But I didn't count that as. I mean, it was a nice shot.
Yeah,
but
it was a good three, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, may I ask your handicap or your index?
I'm a 12.
Hey, man, this is so cool.
Wow.
Mike's not Mike, I've had 6, and then poor Mike over there, he's had it on the lip a few times, huh, buddy?
Well, I just figured out. I just figured out in my 39 years of playing, which is about 2,500 rounds of golf.
See that? So you're due.
Yeah.
Your Mike's due.
Two collapsed cups.
Oh, yes, you have. I've been there. I saw yours on a lip. It should have fallen. If you jumped hard.
Chunks of the cup.
If I would have jumped up, it could have fallen. But Dave, let's talk about your accomplishment. And I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I did some research on it, and the hole-in-one National Registry of the hole-in-one only has 4 people ever doing it. 4.
Crazy.
5.
Crazy.
5, including you now. 3 of them were on tour. So there was one other guy in Rockville Center, New York, in 2016 that had it the same. I know it is crazy. So take us through your round, buddy, if you don't mind.
Well, it was, a buddy, Gene Bourbon, called me. He says, hey, you want to play a Pro-Am up in San Luis? And I said, yeah, I'll play. And then he goes, Wednesday. And right now is our peak season, so we're pretty busy. So I grab my clubs, and I leave the office, straight from the office, did not even warm up, had a screwdriver, started off the day, and, never met 2 people we played with. The crazy thing is the golf group I played with, 2 of the guys I knew, 2 of the other guys, the pro, and another amateur I didn't know. I never met in my life. Well, comes to find out, both of them are pretty connected. I'm playing with one of the brother-in-laws in a grower-shipper tournament up in Salinas next month. The other one is brother-in-laws of ex-owner of the shipping company that I work with. So it was kind of a crazy day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you know what? We started off on 10, and did not warm up. I blew the drive right, still parred number 10, but we got to 14, and it was kind of an overcast morning, so it wasn't no wind, and so it's playing 165.
It's a tough little downhill par 3.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, the downhill par 3 with the creek in the front. And so it's just front left pin, and I hit an 8-iron, and I hit it. I mean, came off perfect, and it just one-hopped in, and it was like, wow, it was fun. My first hole-in-one, it was just, incredible. I was excited.
Absolutely, this is huge.
So, I kind of start playing bogey golf for like 4 or 5 holes after that, but hey, I had a hole-in-one, it was exciting,
And then another screwdriver at the turn, of course.
A couple of beers.
Beers,
Yeah,
there you go.
celebration, man.
Nice.
This is cool.
So we were talking, we were having a good time, and they kept telling me, we're probably going to have another one because the next 2 par 3s, you're probably going to have another one. But, being a pro-am, Rick Ventura, they put those pin placements in some tough spots on 17 there, and then the long one, number 3, I think it is.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah, that one was a long one. We all came up right to the front of the green. But then we got to we got to 7, which is the hardest hole in the course. We all, did pretty crappy there. We gave back a lot of strokes. So here we are going to number 8, all mad at each other. We just gave away. We had no chance to even come placing in this tournament. So then I go up there, and Gino says, hey, it's playing 145, but the wind starts swirling, but it was playing in the front right. I said, well, I'm going to kind of knock down the 9, keep it low, and I hit it perfectly, and he goes, it's in the hole. Don't tell me.
No way.
When I saw it hit and go in the hole, I was just like, okay, what's going on here?
Oh, it's so awesome.
A dream. Unbelievable.
It was scary, but awesome. It was.
God, how long did it take to sink in? You made 2. That's just comprehensive. It's just hard.
And they were both the same way. They bounced a little bit short and one hop in.
Well, I saw you had in the clubhouse when they were giving out the awards. There's a soundbite, and you saw that video, and I happened to see it, and I went, "Oh my God, I got to talk to this guy." And you would bet the golf world wants to talk to you. Have you been sought after? Because this is a huge story. Only 4 people have done this before on record.
I know. I've talked to ESPN here, Mike up in San Luis.
Mm-hmm. Mike Chelson, yeah.
Yeah, he interviewed me, so. Yeah, it's been...
well, Golf Channel, Golf Digest, and they need to we'll put out a soundbite on this, but this is a big story, and because it's so rare.
It is. It is. Everybody tells me we'll probably never hear of it again.
Well, only 4 on record so far. It's crazy. So I'm sure you've been asked, did you have to buy double the amount of drinks? Did you?
No, actually, I started a tab, but, at San Luis, you had a couple board presidents. They were going back and forth with Rick and the general manager there, and supposedly, they have this insurance where they put the flag up on the patio. So they went. I said, whatever you guys want to do, I'll pay for the drinks or whatever. So they put up the flag, and it was, it was a good time. San Luis Country Club really, I play up there quite often. They a good crowd, and it was fun up there. So
well, Danny, I hope that you should cherish this for a long time, and I guess it's the first time I've ever heard of anything like this. So there's one story back east when I was at a pro at a club. This guy in one of our pro-ams had a hole-in-one on their ninth hole, par 3. And and he won a car. It was one of a few times he won this car. So the newspapers came out, and they brought him out the next week, and his wife came out with him. We just went down to that hole, and they wanted to film him hitting a tee shot because there's no cameras on that time. And he hit the same shot, went in the hole a week later.
Nice.
It was this one. The second one was a little thinner and bounced up on the green. The first one was perfect, but it was so funny because he just hit another swing, and that one in the whole week. So that made Golf Digest like. But he didn't play around. That was just one.
That is
hole.
amazing.
But how cool! But this just takes the cake of everything. And you're in a pro-am. You must get a plaque on the wall. And did you say, is it the same ball by any chance?
No, I saved the first ball.
No. you got
I wanted to save the first ball. I put it in my bag because I said, okay, it's my first hole-in-one. But then when I hit that other one, I saved both balls. So I got them both in my bag. I want to get, I talked to Mike and Rick up there in San Luis. They have the scorecard, so I kind of want to just put it in a, frame it and put it in my wine room here at the house.
Absolutely. Both golf balls framed, dated, signed card.
Yeah.
And it's, according to stats, which is funny, Titleist is the most common hole-in-one ball, Nike number 2, top flight 3. But what was your ball? What kind?
TaylorMade 2.
TaylorMade. See, that's coming. This TaylorMade is relatively new to these hole-in-one stats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, congratulations, Danny.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome,
thank
Danny.
you for taking the time. We're going to send you a little certificate in the mail, and I'll get your address, or if you could text me your address.
Okay.
It says that I exposed my ace hole on Golf Talk Radio, and you'll be ace hole of the year. So,
Okay.
Not once, but twice.
Yeah, two. Exposed both my ace holes.
Okay.
All right, because it's a little token, but thank you so much. And seriously, I hope you get contacted by all the golfing networks and media because it's a true story.
You should. That's really cool.
So,
Yeah.
way to go, buddy.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you very much.
Have a good rest of your
All
day.
right. See you.
Okay. Bye.
What do you think, Hop?
About
He's not impressed.
it's Hop like
He's like,
it's
whatever.
golf.
no, I
I'd
mean, you
rather hear
asked me what
about-
I thought. Dude, that's an impressive feat.
It really is not quite as impressive as Ava's tooth removal.
There's a lot of twos so far in this
2
show.
aces, 2 teeth. Yeah. So
A lot of twos. A lot of twos. Well, let's take our second break. We want to thank
That's
Dave.
a 2 second break.
Yes. It's weird, huh? Let's take our second break. Thank you to
2
Dave
of you in
Schimannel.
studio.
there's 2 of us. There's only 2 of us in the studio.
That's the second time.
2 sets of headphones. And that button number 2 is the one you forgot to push.
It is. You're exactly right. It's actually it's button 3.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah,
So
it was
close.
close.
It threw off the
Well, we're right
whole
back.
show.
Golf Talk Radio brought to you by Slick Sticks and Dave Schimannel, your key to better golf for clubs, grips, repairs, adjusting loft and lies. Contact Dave Schimannel, slicksticks.com, 805-598-9993, 805-598-9993.
Let's take 2, people.
Stay
Take
with
2.
us.
We'll be back in 2.